Bonjour, makeup geeks! I just got back from Paris a little while ago. I've been home for a week and I miss it already. For those of you who know me really well, you know it's my favorite city of all time. I went to school there, I have friends there, and I love Paris so much. So I got inspired to do this look, which I'm calling Springtime in Paris, because it's my favorite time of year there. It's so beautiful, and I wanted something that was colorful and fun. I know this isn't a traditional French look that everyone wears. It's inspired by just the colors of the springtime. Do you guys like my beret? This is my homage payment to France. They are coming back in style now. I saw a lot of Parisian girls wearing the beret again, so I'm waiting for it to hit the States because I like this hat a lot. So anyways, this is the look that I did using the new power pigments that come out in a few weeks. I wanted to show you guys how to wear them. You ready for the sneak preview? This is what they look like. These two guys here. We switched the pans to something fun and different, but they're super saturated, intense colored pigmented shadows. They're beautiful. They blend out. This is actually a very wearable look with them. They have a lot of punch, but if you blend them out, they can be very wearable for daytime. So this is the look that I did with it. I'm calling this my Springtime in Paris look. So let's get started. All right, to start this tutorial, I'm going to take a dome brush like this one. It doesn't matter what kind, any sort of crease brush. Let me show you guys the palette that I'm doing for Springtime in Paris. It's very springy. It goes with my colors that I'm wearing right here, right? Yes. Do you guys like my beret? All right, I'm going to go in with this top power pigment. This one's called Unleashed, and it's kind of a pinky coral color. And what I'm going to do is put it here on the outer part of the eye, and then the inner part. And we're going to leave that center of the lid blank to put the pigment on. I know it looks like I have an eye infection at this point. You guys got to trust me when I blend this out. It's going to look beautiful. Give me a minute. Okay, wipe off that brush. Now we're going to go in with Tuscan Sun. And it's a really pretty soft pink that has a warm undertone. We're just going to go into the crease out here. It's going to be our softening color. And don't put it all the way in the crease. We're literally just going above the pink spot, bringing it up a little higher. Like that. We're still keeping all of this open so we can put the pigment on later. Okay, wipe off that brush again. Now we're going to go in with Peach Smoothie, which is a warm peachy color. And I'm going to put this as the blender up here underneath my brow bone just to soften everything out because we want the whole look to be very soft and wearable. That's the thing with these power pigments is even though it has a strong punch of color, they're very wearable as soon as you buff them out. The great thing about them is the more you buff, the softer finish it gives. So if you want a high impact, just apply it in one layer and don't buff it too much. Or if you want it to be more wearable, just keep buffing it, and the more it spreads out, it makes it very soft and wearable. Okay, now we're going to go in with a pencil brush like this. I'm going to go in with the bottom color right here, the power pigment. That one's dedicated. And we're going to put this under the lower lash line. Just like that. See how the combination of the purple with the pink is so pretty. And then take that same pencil brush. This is actually a MAC 219. It's a classic. You guys know me. I'm so old school. I use the old school stuff. MAC 219 is a staple in my kit. Now I'm going to go in with Tuscan Sun to warm up the purple a little bit. I'm going to go underneath down here. So bring that color down a little further. Don't forget to blend out the edges out here. This is no man's land. This is where everyone forgets to blend, is out here. So make sure you guys go out in this corner so you don't have this harsh line right there. Isn't that pretty? I love that so much. Okay, now comes the fun part. This is such an easy look, you guys. You see how quick that was. The power pigments are so easy to blend and get a high pop of color. I'm going to go in with the foiled pigment Telepathic. Let me show you guys what it looks like on the back of the hand, because depending on what colors you pair it up with, it shifts color. So it will literally change the undertone to it based off of what you blend it with. So do you see how there's like gold, there's pinks, there's champagne in there? It's so beautiful. If you pair this up with a teal, it'll give it a teal shift. It's the coolest pigment ever because it literally is color changing. Okay, so I'm gonna take just a flat kind of brush like this, or if you want something really dense, you can go in with like a little lip brush, any sort of flat, stiff brush. We're gonna pick up some of that pigment in here. And what I like to do is squish it in the lid. I know everyone gets so intimidated by pigments, but honestly all it is loose eyeshadow. And the reason pigments work so well is because it's loose, you can get a high impact shine. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay. Do you see how shimmery and shiny it is, and it picks up some of that pink tone because of the shadow that's underneath? That's what I like to do depending on how much shimmer you need. I'm going to be kind of messy with it. I don't want it to look like a perfectly blended makeup look. I want it to look very like soft and very artistic. I don't want it to be super, looks like you spent a lot of time. I want it to be very effortless. So that's why I'm just kind of putting the pigment. You can even go in the crease a little if you want. Just kind of do it sporadically on the lid. Do you see how it kind of has a different shape? It's kind of swerving around a little. Just like that. All right, now we're gonna do liquid liner, you guys, just to enhance the lash line. Say a little prayer before you do this stuff. Every time I pull out the liquid liner, I'm like, please let me not mess this up, because once you mess it up, it is a bitch to try to clean it off. So anyways, I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay Skinny one. It's a really good one. It's super cheap, and the wand on it, let me show you. See how tiny it is? It's really skinny, so it gives you more control. Okay, did you guys say a little prayer for me? Because I'm gonna need it. All right, so we're just going to line the lash line very close to it. It's up to you if you want to wing it or not. You can do a little baby wing. Those are always safe. I feel like the shadow is so prominent, so I don't want to do a super dark wing. So all I'm doing is just grounding those lashes. What I mean by that is adding some blackness in there to enhance the lash line and to ground down all of the color that's going on around here. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, I'm making up my own language, aren't I? All right, now that the liner's done, you like how I just come back and magically the second eye's done because I don't want you to see my ugly liner face. It's almost as bad as my mascara face where I'm like doing all that stuff. So I saved you guys that horrific view. All right, I'm gonna go in with a super soft fluffy brush like this one and a little bit of, don't judge my janky palette, but I'm gonna go in with this white color here. It's a shadow we're gonna come out with soon. But we're just going to touch up under here and bring it down. I like doing a bright shadow that's a couple shades lighter than my skin, just to clean up everything and brighten under the eyes. And then what I can do is take my lashes. I'm going to use the Flutter Lashes. This is the one, it's called Brooklyn. Let me show you what they look like. They're pretty dramatic, but very wispy. They're really pretty. So what I did is I cut off the end, because you guys know to measure your lashes, right? When you hold them up, if they're too long, cut the outer corner, don't cut the inner corner. So if I'm placing them here, don't cut this side, because that's where the short lashes are. If you cut them off, you'll have long lashes in here. It'll look really fake. Always cut the outer corner. So I did that. I cut a little smushy piece off. Now I'm going to take my Huda Beauty. I said it right this time. Huda Beauty. Say that fast 3 times and tell me what it sounds like. Just saying, you guys. So I'm going to, crap, I got glue in my nail bed. Whatever. Okay. Let's try this again. Take your Huda Beauty glue. We're going to put a little bit on the base of the lashes. This is my favorite glue because it's waterproof. So this shiznit lasts all day. Okay. So you put some glue on there. Take some tweezers at the base of the lash in the center. You're just going to hold this and let it sit for 30 seconds. So we got 30 seconds, you guys, what we want to talk about. Life's been going good. I just got back from Paris and London. It was a really good trip. That's why I have my fancy beret, which ironically I got in London, not Paris. But don't tell anyone. So let this kind of sit for a little bit. You'll notice when it starts to turn a little bit darker, that's when the glue's ready. If you put it on too soon, it'll slip all over the place. It'll mess up your whole makeup look. No pressure. Take the lashes now at the center, and what you're going to do is just put it right in the center of your lash line, like that. Take the tweezers with the edge, put that down, inner edge, put that down, then flip the tweezers around, and you're gonna press it down, just like that. Voila! Woo, okay, the eyes are done. So now we can do the face. You guys know I love my Makeup Geek angled stippling brush. It's my ride or die. I actually have two. Wait for it. Here's my dirty one. I have more than two. I have like 5. But I got a second one. It's my favorite brush. All right. I'm going to take the Flawlessly Ever After Face Palette. This is the one in Fair Lady. I like using this as my travel kit because it has 2 choices of blushes, a contour, and a highlighter all in one. So I'm going to take this bronzer slash contour, and I'm just going to apply a little bit on. I don't want a ton of color on my face because there's so much on my eyes, but you have to put a little bit of color on because if your face is all a blank canvas and your eyes are prominent with color, it can look very out of balance. So make sure that you guys add just a little bit of blush. I'm going to use the peachy one here. It's called Amore. Oh, Amore. Amore? Amore. Which way do I say it? Either one? Okay. It's time for coffee. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of that peachy color to counteract the pink in the eyes. So it doesn't matter what your skin color is, pick something that's a peach or a coral because the eyes are such a cool tone pink, you want to counteract it and do an opposite undertone. So that's why I did warm on the cheeks, cool on the eyes. Now for the highlighter, I'm going to use the CoverFX Custom Enhancer Drops in Sunlight. It's a really pretty shimmery kind of champagne color like that. All I'm going to do is take a beauty blender that's slightly damp, pick up some of that, and we're just going to dab it on top of the cheekbones. You see how it gives you some shine? What? Now the lips we're going to keep easy because we spent so much time on the eyes and the face. So I'm just going to wear a lipstick. This is one of my favorite colors. It's called Naive. It's a Makeup Geek lipstick. This one's really creamy. I like that one. You see how beautiful that is? Just super soft, very creamy. And it's a nice peach color that again is the opposite of the eyes. I'll do a video on that sometime too for you guys of how to pair your lipsticks with eyes. So that is it. Super easy. Springtime afternoon in Paris, my favorite city ever. So hopefully that was a fun tutorial for you guys showing you how to use color. Don't be afraid to use it. I know when you see this palette, you'd probably be like, oh no, not wearing that. But it's actually very wearable. If this is too much for you, just apply some cream colors in the crease, like a creme brulee, a tan color to tone it down, and it's definitely wearable. So have fun with your guys' makeup. Don't forget to subscribe in the channel below, and I will talk to you soon. Au revoir!